Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Basketball Body and Mind. Today's guest is not a basketball coach, not a basketball player, neither he is a strength and conditioning coach working with basketball. However, he plays a massive role in shaping and influencing and helping basketball uh, players in their careers. And I'm joined by Gytis Ruskevicius. You don't have to even try to say his last name, don't break your tongue. But he is a basketball agent with almost a decade of experience. And he has worked with different level athletes. He is from Lithuania, so he has worked with the local leagues here in Lithuania and also with international players. And he really understands what it takes to succeed from the very young age and low level all the way to the top leagues. This is one of the recordings from the Zoom meetings that I do for clients that I work online with. And today you will hear about what agents do. Second, why do they do not need to kind of fish, quote unquote, agent, and what to do instead. And the third, what do young players are lacking? Since it is a Zoom meeting, the it will have a poor audio quality, so I really apologize for that, but it has great information inside. So that's why I believe it will be important for you to understand about the agents, agencies, and not only for you as a basketball player, but if you are young, maybe it will be beneficial, not it may, but it will be beneficial for your parents too. So enjoy. As I said, Gytis is my friend that we know each other for already for several years. We have been together in some camps, and ever since he has helped me to when I'm talking about some players. He has given some advices what they should focus on if they want to move forward with their careers. So I thought it would be very interesting to know more about you and about the agency. What do basketball agents do, and do we need them or no? So I will have my questions, but maybe first of all, maybe you could introduce a little bit yourself.
Yeah, so okay. So it's nice to be here, guys. It's always, nice to talk about my job, especially with the young players because and their families because there are so many stereotypes on about the agents. So many crazy stories. So it's a pleasure. And yeah, I'm Gytis from Lithuania. For the last 3 years, I'm agent on my own. But before that, I worked for probably 8 years in basketball agency and various basketball clubs. So in United Kingdom, in Spain, in Lithuania, and while I was in the basketball agency, big one of the biggest in the world, I always have this idea that I wanna work on my own. So here I am.
Yes. So
But
do you work with only basketball players, or
yeah.
do you have only basketball?
Yeah, only basketball, male basketball players. I
Okay.
had some ideas to work with female players as well, because simply just no one is doing that, and
Hmm.
there's not much of energy and quality in the market. But for now, it's the beginning of it. When I'm on my own, it's pretty tough. So I'm concentrated on male basketball players.
And what do you specifically do? Okay, first of all, maybe let's leave those questions to the end. If you have something, you said that maybe do you have anything that we have talked previously that you wanted to talk first
I
about,
mean.
or do you want me to just to talk and ask these
No.
questions?
Yeah. I think, it's as I don't know you guys, like where you
Hmm.
from, how old are you, and what kind of basketball players you are. it's really, I was thinking, but it's tough to prepare me something because
Yes.
you're a big group of guys, so
Yes.
uh, I don't have, any numbers or
Okay.
something prepared. So, let's make a discussion and guys feel free to stop me anytime and just, talk.
Okay. So first of all, I will start with my questions, and if you guys have anything, also just ask. But
Yeah, but
first of all,
Stan, just sorry, how old are you guys, like, and what kind of level are you playing in?
I'm 13.
13, okay.
Emils, Arthurs.
I'm 15.
15, okay. Artur?
I'm 17.
Arturs is from Latvia, I guess, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Emils
So we
as
have,
well.
yes, we
Also
have
from
a
Latvia.
we have the crew, but we have 13, 15, and 17. So we
Okay.
have different age groups. But first of all, the question for you that I have, what do you work like
Okay.
what do you do as an agent? What
Mm-hmm.
do you do?
Okay, so if we look at it in very simple matter, agent is the guy that responsible for getting a contract for a player. And so that's very simple way of explaining it. You're responsible to get the player a contract, the best possible. But now you understand that if you want to be good at it, you have to follow up with a lot of more things. So, I also have a group of young players, 15, 16, 17, and it requires more and different things just because, they won't be signing any professional deals anytime soon. And the idea is just to, kind of, keep in touch, help them out with the things in the summer training and everything. And so, yeah, with the young players, it comes a lot of things. Basically, to be a good agent, you not only need to find a contract, but take care of a player. So it could be anything. Okay, let's say today one of my player that's supposed to come to Lithuania, he missed the flight. So you're it doesn't matter what you're doing, you have to deal with these kind of things. It's your responsibility. I have a player that is right now in Latvia and he's sick. So you have to just help them, take care of them. And when it comes to taking care of the players, it's everything. It's absolutely everything, it could be anything. So I'm the agent that I really appreciate it and I want to have a good connection with the players. So you do everything. You do everything. You talk to their families. You try to, I mean, I'm not an expert on like medicine and everything, but you try to find some solutions in those things, and you basically have to be ready to answer any question that they have. So this is the broader meaning, but
Hmm.
technically and by the law, you represent the player in negotiation and signing a contract. So yeah,
Okay, so like finding, so just to summarize, it's kind of finding the club or maybe
yeah,
finding a place to work out during the summers, finding the
yeah,
coach. If somebody doesn't have, let's say, I don't know, it has some issues with, let's say, skills. So you also would be looking for not only like strength conditioning coach, but also like a skill
yeah,
development coach. Just try to help them to be better
yeah.
player. So then my next question is, do everyone need to have an agent? And so then, like, how do you choose correct agent
Yeah.
for you? And why is it benefit? Like, okay, it's kind of a little bit. You answered why it is beneficial to have, let's say, but do everyone needs, and maybe what age?
Absolutely not. So first of all, the rules that FIBA has, you cannot officially have an agent until you're 18. Because like the agreements that agent has with the young players is more on a family side. but officially no agent until 18. However, I mean, you can keep in touch, you can talk and discuss, always come up with the questions and everything. But yeah, it's not like mandatory to have an agent, especially guys at your age. It's not, and if you don't have an agent, it doesn't mean something is wrong with you. I think now the market itself of agents is just huge. I mean, every country has like hundreds of agents and everything, and those agents want to have some clients, and they sign players that maybe they don't need. Okay, Gabriel, good luck. So it's not, how to say, yeah, it's not necessary. I mean, agent there, agent has to be there when it comes close to becoming a pro. That's I think the best way. Uh, and until that, you're absolutely fine on your own with your family. Family is very important. Coach is very important. And there are so many cases that signing with the agent very, very early and taking all the expectations from him from yourself, it can make a lot of damage. So I'm always easy way, under radar way, let's say, being calm, being, how to say, yeah, I mean, uh, everything will come naturally, let's say.
Mhm.
And if you need an agent, agent will be there. And yeah, but basically when you're getting close to pro level, this is where you start considering finding an agent. Now, finding an agent, this is an interesting thing because the reason why I became an agent, because I've seen so many bad ones. I mean, incredible. I mean, we have few in Lithuania that I think they should go to jail. And there are some, American agents that have crazy amount of players, but from Europe, but they don't know anything about Europe. And yeah, it's a lack of quality in there, and that's why I become an agent. But good agent, I always say this: you and your family. The most important thing is if that agent will give enough time for your case, enough time to find you a job, enough time to take care of you. Uh, if he has enough time to talk to the coaches and know everything what's going on. So I think time for a client is number one thing. And you can see online there are some agents that have 60, 70 clients. So, for example, from my side, I have 15 players right now, and I'll probably have 20, around 20 pretty soon. And I don't really want to go over all this because then, the quality goes down. So yeah, I think the time and attention for you should be the number one thing where you're looking at the agent.
Yes, so very well said that you would get attention if you have 70. So we have 168 hours in a week. So even like it would be difficult for you to get at least 1 hour per week if somebody has a 70. But can you also a little bit explain, because you mentioned about the finding the contracts and everything. If somebody, because some of these guys, they have gone to high schools and colleges.
Yeah,
But what is with the if you have officially signed, let's say, a contract with an
yeah,
agent
yeah,
that you have to be aware, or with the professional club that and the high schools and colleges? Can you explain this? I think
yeah.
it's beneficial to know.
So first of all, what you need to understand that basketball is not so regulated as football, for example, where you have to be very careful. And with the basketball, especially when it comes to NCAA and FIBA relationship, there's not much. So what do you have to know, for example, okay, so if you go to, I mean, if you have an agent in Europe, right, and you're under 18, so that means that agreement that you sign, it will be probably by your father or mother. So you personally, you don't have anything. You're just, you know, just a kid, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
This is this is a good way because if you graduate high school and you have an offer to go to States, you don't have an agent, and that's fine. You cannot have an agent when you're applying for college. Uh, I mean, I'm talking about
Yes.
FIBA agent. So basically, and even if you turn 18 and you're still in Europe and you just sign with an agent in Europe and you're still considering going to States, so that's kind of responsibility of a player and agent to inform what could happen. So for example, me in these kind of cases, we just make a verbal agreement, and if the offer would come up from a college, he's free to go. He doesn't have any relationship with any agents officially, and yeah. So you know, ish, it's better not to have a FIBA agent agreement if you're thinking going to college.
Yes,
But
meaning like you contract. It's better not to have officially signed the contract by your name, let's say,
yeah.
because you will not be allowed to go to the college if you have it, right?
Yeah, you could even, I mean, everything would be fine because I know a few players that had the contract, but it's a longer process, and you have
Okay.
some, extra things to do. But basically, if you're really considering college career, wait, do not rush with the agent agreement. Inform your agent that, look, I'm still dreaming and trying to get something in a college, so no rush, relax, I'll be there, and let's just wait what's going on.
Yes, but you have those, you said, also kids that are like 15, 17 years old. So you have verbally agreed with them that, okay, I will trust you, let's say, or I'll accept your help.
Yeah. So, the families that I know for long, yes, verbal agreement, and I have some cases that I sign an agreement with the father or mother.
Hmm.
Uh,
Okay.
and this is absolutely fine and legal, and no problem at
Yes.
all.
Okay. How do young kids, or I don't know, or parents, how do they can attract attention of the scout? Do they have to play well, or do they have to start
Yeah.
talking to the agent first? What is
Yeah.
like?
I mean, there's no like the best way. I mean, there are so many different ways how players, sign with the agent and everything. If to answer very simply, you have to be the best player possible, the best player you can. Then automatically someone will notice. Nowadays, we have so many scouts, I mean, so many agents, that is, even if in a small league, in like school league, you score more points, or you make something effective, and I mean, you will be noticed. Even like one call from a coach to someone I mean, and the information is there. So, being noticed, I'm sure that, agents are there and scouts are there and they're watching, and they probably know you because I remember when I was working as a scout, you know every single kid. This is your job. You have a list of hundreds and hundreds kids, and you follow them for many, many years, and you watch them every season. And when you talk to them and they're like surprised, like, do you know me? What? And you know him for like 4 years, 4 seasons, and you have so many information about him from the school and everything. So scouts are there, agents are there. I think it would be best to concentrate on yourself. Try be, better version of yourself. Be coachable. Always go for something extra skills and everything. So it's not like I don't like that. Families and the players that are trying to fish an agent, like they're fishing for their attention. Calling and and just it's such a, let's say, not natural way, and it doesn't necessarily say, that you will sign for sure. So I would say don't even think about it. You're guys, you're still young, concentrate on your discipline, on how you can improve, and everything will be fine.
Okay.
But
Yes.
yeah, I mean, and at your age, let's say, it's not like you will sign and you suddenly will get something, a deal or something from an agent. So I would say concentrate on yourself for right now.
Okay, good, very good. It's actually going into the topic that we have been talking for the last 2 weeks about things that you can control, meaning sometimes you can win a game and you scored points, but it still wasn't a good game. But sometimes you can lose game and maybe you didn't score, but you sprinted on defense. You were like coachable, as you said. You didn't react negatively towards the coaches or to the referees. Maybe you have those small wins that you said just be better than you were yesterday, or like just one step further. I have a couple more questions because I don't see any more in the chat. But first question is okay, not first, but it's a multiple question. But another question is, do we need to stay? Let's say if let's say I finished school and I want to make most of my career in terms of basketball player. Should I be looking into options to play abroad, or maybe I should be finding ways to play only in my country?
Hmm.
Or maybe I should talk to the agent, and the agent is looking the best way.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't, you will, there is no best answer, but what,
Yeah.
in your opinion, would be the best thing to do? What should I look for when I'm transitioning from grade 12 into like from youth to men's level?
Okay. Okay, so first of all, I mean, it's really difficult. Sorry. It's very difficult to answer like what countries you have in mind, what countries we talking. Because Lithuania and Latvia and Czech Republic, every leagues are very different, and there are some different ways. And I would say, one country is better for the young players than the other one. But um, I would say this: if you graduate high school and you don't have any offers, you have to try to find a team that is semi-pro. So it could be second or third division. So Latvia, for example, second division, Lithuania, third division, Czech Republic, second division, and try play with the men, mature, maybe some former professional players. And this is the first step because the biggest difference between the school league, youth leagues, and pro basketball is physicality. I mean, you play against 36-year-old big guy, and this is what you have to adapt to. So I would say the first step, it doesn't matter where. I mean, I'm just not a big fan of those Italy leagues. I just hate them. But basically, you have to start playing with mature men, and adapt to the physicality, because physicality is number one thing when you going up in the level of basketball. uh, Now, again, which country is better? It's difficult to compare. But for example, I'll take example of Lithuania. Okay, so we have few players. Again, also graduated in high school, played the school league, and now they have an offer of playing third division Lithuania and going to Sunday league in Italy, let's say. And in Italy they have more money, the life is great, great temperature, great food and everything, and blah blah blah. But the thing is with this is what I say to those guys. You have to be very, very careful with those lower level non-professional leagues like Italy, because it's a trap. They give you money, which makes you think you're like a pro and everything. They give you a shared apartment and food and everything, and it's nice to be in, great weather and nice country and everything. But the thing that you should look for at the age of 18, where I can uh, play that will help you to move up. So if we're talking non-professional leagues, not even semi-professional leagues, players don't go anywhere from there. They just stay there. And there's no transfer history. We don't have many success stories. They just stuck there, and it's a trap. And it's a trap. Where, for example, staying in Lithuania, I mean, we have so many coaches. We have a lot of agents right now. We have scouts. I mean, you play 5 games, good games in a row, and that's it. You somewhere there. You might get a tryout during the season in Division Two, which is already would be very nice if you just graduate from a high school. So I think the most important thing right now, like for you guys, would be find a place, which is close to more professional level, meaning that you play good there and you can move up. So I think the big question that so many people don't think about it is transfer history. Has this club had players that moved up in the last 5 years? I mean, so yeah, this is how I see, and this is the most important thing for me if we're talking about players that 18, 19, and they still want to go pro and achieve something.
Yes, as like very well said, like look at the history of those clubs
Yeah.
in order to know, did they improve, did they move up, or did everyone stay
You know,
at the same level?
yeah. So for example, this summer, uh, one player played third division Lithuania, played very well. He's very tall point guard. Uh, and he has 2 offers. One of the best teams in NKL, second division Lithuania, and Italy. Italy gives him more money, and I mean, beautiful city is like, wow. And this guy is going for it. I mean, he went there, but what I was trying to explain for him and the family, which they didn't really care, that pretty much every second guard that signed for that team in second division, he's in Division One Lithuania.
Mhm.
He's playing Champions League, Euro Cup. But for some people it doesn't matter.
Yes, 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 yes. I mean, people hear what they want to hear. And
Yeah.
also another thing that you said that people are lacking physicality. So
Yeah.
I want you to a little bit expand about this. Like,
Yeah.
do kids um, are limited by physicality, or is it
Mhm.
also like a skill, IQ, or like understanding of the plays, like everything? Why did you say particularly
Yeah.
physicality?
Okay, so first of all, I'm not a coach and I'm not expert on these kind of things, but from my experience, so for example, I was working for a big basketball agency. We had so many players. We were very good at youth recruitment at the age of, 16 to 20. And I was involved with the project of Prienai basketball team. Stan, you probably remember.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
mean, it was a project first division team, Lithuania, and our project was to bring as many young players into a pro basketball as possible. And we had good resources for it, and we gave a lot of minutes to young kids and everything, and we had so many young players going through. It was for almost 3 seasons, this project, and we had like 20 really really talented kids. And now, when you watch every single case of those guys, I mean, you start noticing some things. And And for me, number one thing is physicality. I mean, we had some players that were doing crazy things in under 18 European Championship or second division Lithuania. They were at the age of 19 or 20, they were absolutely unstoppable and like MVPs there, you know. And when they come to professional basketball, Division One, the thing that they struggle the most is physicality. So this is from my experience. This is again, there's no like correct way, but from what I've seen, this is the most challenging thing for someone being young coming into pros. I mean, I mean, you think logically, you play again against your dad, basically, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Very physically strong guy. So, and this is what I look for. I would say one of those things that, you know, I try to predict if that kid would be okay with physicality after some time. And this is a topic that I really, you know, do a lot of things on it and try to answer the questions for myself. And I talk to a lot of coaches in Lithuania and all around the world. And I think when it comes to Lithuanians, let's say, I know this market the best, so that's why I say, uh, I think we lacking of like strength and conditioning practices while we are 14, 15, 16. And Stan, you probably know we have teams in school league that have 25 different plays.
Yeah.
So I'm not a big fan of that. I don't like that at all. And yeah. So you know,
Okay.
this is from my experience.
Also,
Physicality.
yes, physicality. You're talking about strength and conditioning only, or are you talking about being physical on the court, like how you set the screens, how you bump the players, how you defend? If
Yeah.
somebody is driving, you're not afraid to give a foul. Are you talking about this also, physicality?
Yeah, so everything. I would say, you know, first of all, not being scared of giving a physical contact, you know, to
Mm-hmm.
someone, screens, you
Okay.
know,
We're not
just
talking about a fist fight or something. We're
no,
just
no, 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 no. I mean,
respect the game.
just yeah, just not being scared of getting physical contact. So this is kind of a mentally thing, right? Mental thing. But I'm talking as well about sprinting, jumping,
Yes.
uh, you know, being strong on your legs, boxing out, for example. I mean, this is for someone very young playing position 5, 4, 3, or even guards. I mean, it's very difficult to box out and giving a good box out. So I would say everything, being ready mentally for it and being able physically to just push someone.
Yes. So everyone who is about to move from youth to the men's league um, expect very big change in terms of the game, in terms of the physicality, and not even though you were, let's say, dominating the student league, school leagues, or even if you were like in second highest league, let's say in Lithuania, do not expect that you will be one of the best. I mean, it's rare
Yeah,
cases,
absolutely.
but don't expect because it will be a big, uh, big change.
Yeah,
Okay,
and you
actually,
know,
this, say,
yeah, and I mean, you know, how to get ready for that. There's again no answer because we have some players that they mature way later, maybe at the age of 22, and we have some, you know, mature guys at 18. So this is also a thing, and you know, the question is the very open question is how to get physical. You know, is it you know because it comes with the genetics as well. So yeah.
yes, everything comes into play. Of course, strength and conditioning is one part, but really, I really do agree about playing harder.
Yeah.
We watched, I think, last week or maybe 2 weeks ago, maybe last week, we watched about Lillard talking. You have to play hard. Coaches don't need you to ask you to play hard. You
Yeah.
have to play hard. There is
Yeah.
no other way for you to get there. You
Yeah.
have to play hard. And he kept on saying, play hard.
Yeah. And this is what I'm really big fan of is, for example, players being, I don't know, 13, 14, 15 years old and they play school league. Like one of the best recommendations I can give, for example, the player that is not super talent, he's not into national teams, he's not leading, but he still would like to try to reach something. One of the best advices I can give uh, is to sometimes go and play Sunday league. Uh, what is it called? Yeah, amateur basketball leagues, like with the guys that come to play basketball after their work and everything, and just
Yes.
try to feel the physicality and the speed and just physical power and try to adapt, because yeah, I think if you would start adapting yourself into this step by step in pretty early age, and I think that would really help.
Yes, great advice.
Yeah.
Those Sundays league in Lithuania, how would be called those, like kind of not like factory leagues, but the ones that they
Pretty
have
much.
like a I don't know how to translate. Let's say there are some corporations or
Yeah.
some let's say architects,
Yeah.
some car, let's say dealers,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
all of those companies, a company league, let's say companies, they have a team that they also sometimes looking for players that they would like to have on their team. So
Yeah.
maybe the
Yeah.
level would not be professional, of course not professional,
Yeah.
but you would get to experience the physicality when somebody comes, like to say, with a big belly, very strong, maybe 2 meters high,
Yeah.
and you will feel what is the real screen
Yeah.
compared to your 15 years old screen teammate, let's
Yeah.
say. But yes,
Exactly.
great advice.
I mean, in Lithuania, I'm very happy that this level of basketball is so developed. Like every single village has those teams, and it's and for everyone. I mean, I think it's pretty easy to find a team like that, because usually they have 8 players, and they ended up coming with 6 players because someone is sick or someone is working or something, and they just need extra energy from a young guy. Why not? So this is a big advice from my side.
Okay. This is, I think, great advice. Unless you want to say something more about yourself. I mean, I will leave your information also underneath the video, so everyone can ask you more questions if they have. But if you want to add something more, please feel free to share.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah,
if
guys,
nothing,
I mean, you can reach me out anytime. Stan has all my details, and it's pretty busy time right now because season is about to start. A lot of things going on, but feel free message me, and we could talk. But yeah, the number one thing when Stan told your age, I thought it's a bit too early, maybe even like concentrating on an agent. So I would say, me being an agent, I would say concentrate on yourself. Uh, your discipline will give you more than having an agent. So maybe, no rush, relax, and better concentrate on yourself. Don't look at the other players that have agent. It doesn't mean much, if they sign. So what? So what? Yeah, so concentrate on yourself, and everything will be okay.
okay, so I would like to summarize this talk into three things. I'll try to think about everything. Let me know also if I'm missing
Yeah.
anything. But like one is like you have to concentrate on yourself, focus on yourself, see what you can do, things that you can control, and like take care of yourself.
Yeah.
So this would be one, take care of yourself. Maybe it would also go to the point number two, which would be you have to train, meaning you have to play You have to play harder. You have to train harder. Physicality, strength and conditioning. This would be you have to train. And third, maybe would be you also have to play hard, and you have to get your experience a little bit earlier if possible. It may be age 16, 17, maybe try to go to those Sunday leagues. That you have to get experience, because the number one thing we want to improve is basketball. So we also need to work on that. So am I missing something?
No, I think that's great. 3 points, and you know, I cannot add
Yes.
anything yet.
Okay. Hey, Gytis, thank you very, very
No
much.
problem,
Thank you
guys.
very much. And yeah, we stay in touch. And
Yeah,
thank you
guys,
for this
have
time.
a good season. Be healthy. Concentrate on yourself. And Stan, it was good seeing you.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, bye.